What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of East Meets West. I'm your host, Fanshaw Jake. As always, here with my co-host, the commissioner, the playoff commissioner, the 6-7 playoff team that we have, the owner of both sides of the bond, Joseph Bell. Congratulations, Commissioner. Give it up for him.
Said it couldn't be done.
I said you had a 0 chance probability of getting into the playoffs, and you proved me wrong. As some of you may notice, our other co-host is not here. This show was invite only, and unfortunately, Matt did not get an invitation. So what we have here is the owner of C Block's Biggest Loser, the newest member of the playoff club, Charles Urban. Charles, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Congratulations. Welcome to the show. I think this is your second time.
First time, long time? First time playoffs, long time attending?
Awesome. Yeah, we have a jam-packed show. It's going to be basically all about the playoffs. We got a couple things to dive into. So what we're going to do is we'll start with the important game from last week. Both sides of the bun coming away with a huge 127.1 victory. 127.1 to 80.56 victory over Jose Hooligans, knocking Jose out of the playoffs. Usually a perennial playoff team, not making it this year. And the other big game of the day was Atlantic Sanitation. They were going for 12 wins, which they accomplished, beating the Brock football team. That was about a 15-point win. We'll call it 91.5 to 75. Knocked Brock out of the playoffs. Bad showing. I believe Gibson got hurt early. I missed the first portion of that game. Gibson got hurt early, and it was pretty much downhill, I guess, from there. I guess this is a big question, but how are you feeling?
I feel amazing.
Yeah, as you should.
Not to, of course, yeah, everyone wants to toot their own horn a little bit occasionally, but I'd say I was confident all the way through. I kept telling you guys no one's giving up here at both sides of the bun. We're going to keep pushing through.
You did say that.
Brock did I need some help.
You did. You needed a lot of help through 3 weeks where we started this whole you're not going to make the playoffs thing.
Yes.
You needed a shit ton of help, and somehow it literally just 1 week after another just fell right in.
When you're good to the fantasy gods are good to you.
You're welcome.
Well, hold on now. Thank you for scoring 92 points, but
right, it wasn't the most convincing.
Brock
Hold on. I beat every West opponent I faced.
Brock, well, including me, which didn't help me much. But Brock did only need to score. He needs to score 92.05 or less, and scored 74.7.
You're welcome.
So shout out to Antonio Gibson.
Get him off. He's tooting his own horn too much.
But we can't stop here, you know?
No, we can't. What we're going to do is we're going to lead right into the playoffs.
Conceive it, believe it, achieve it.
Before we dive into the playoffs, we do have a little bit of league news. There was somewhat of a, I guess we can call it a Polska bomb, I guess yesterday or the day before. Rumors were circulating that the team was getting ready to shut their doors. But as we found out recently, that's not what's happening. It seems like we have another rebrand on our hands. This will be the second known rebrand to the Average Joes. Are going to be remodeling their team, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty fun off season. We're getting a couple new, logos, designs, color schemes, everything like that. Any opinion on that guys? Any names we?
I'll kick it to our guests. I know I'll give my.
Any names for Tom or Tommy that we can think of?
The below average Joes.
The below. Wow! Did you just think that on top of your head?
Been saying on that
for a while. The below average Joes.
The below average shows. Tom, take that one into consideration. A little bit more league news. We had some fab we had stupid fab this week.
Yes, we did.
Kiki Kuti for $23, which is one of the dumbest moves all year.
Really quickly, not that
Who spent that?
These rebranding. Before we get into that joke of a franchise, but can we get for these rebranding franchises, could this be just like a, I don't know, they're just searching. You're at the bottom, right? You need to somehow get your name. Everyone's talking about the Globo Gym Purple Cobras and the C Blocks, Slugers, Atlantic Sanitation, the both sides of the bunch. No one's talking about Polska Mafia.
Yeah. This is the way you drum up excitement.
A little attention grab,
This is how you drum up excitement.
Yeah, shit, I need to get my name in the headlines.
Marketing 101.
It's like not finding the red Sour Patch Kid.
Yes.
It's just like that.
It's like when you need to throw out Sour Patch Kids.
That's our champion.
To try to make your season. It started off sour and just continue to be sour. So you need to find the sweet part in your season.
Yeah, they were throwing. I think it was a little bit of shade being thrown. I think Tom realized that he was out of it and he needed to drum up a little excitement about Average Joe's, and he decided
Sad
that
part is,
rebrand was it.
I don't know if they realize, but no matter what you call yourself, shitty owner will always be a shitty owner.
Yeah, exactly. Your pencils.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm back, baby.
I'm excited for it. I think, like I said, it gives us a little bit of excitement for the off season, something to look forward to, especially for them teams who aren't part of the exclusive six. But like I was diving into the fab, Kuti for $23. I picked up the Panthers defense at $7. Joe picked up T.Y. Hilton, which was actually a nice little grab for $3. Steve, Jeff Wilson for $6, and then he picked up somebody else for $6 and literally wasted all of his money this week when he's not even playing a game. Don't even get me started with Steve. The other Major League news that we have, we are going to be...
Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson.
Yeah, Ty Johnson.
Shout out to Steve. Great pickup. Way to not let Alex grab Ty Johnson. Appreciate it.
Wonderful, Steve. That was fantastic.
Good job. Just kidding.
Way to worry about what's going on in the wild card game in the West. Fantastic of it. The other bit of league news that we have is end of the year awards. We have 3 categories this year: GM of the year, league MVP, which will be a player we pick, and pickup of the year. There are 3 this year. We have a $25 gift card attached to GM of the year to give it a little bit more of an incentive. And the details on them will be delivered next week. On next week's show, we'll have our nominees, and then they'll be sent out, and we'll have our votes, and we'll be announcing the winners championship week, which is Jesus Christ, in a couple of weeks.
Coming on.
All right, dive into the playoffs. This is why we're here.
Do we want to go over one more power ranking?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Should
you know
we do
what?
that?
Yeah, I completely end of the year power rankings.
Gotta have
End
power
of the regular.
rankings.
I'm sorry about that. End of the regular season power rankings for the commissioner.
All right. Coming in, number 12. Officially taking over the spot, Tom.
And just so you know, these.
Tom.
Yeah.
We're good with-
No, I was gonna go into the ping pong balls, but I was gonna say.
Oh,
this,
yeah, so
This will be our order basically for ping pong balls. To be honest.
potentially, yeah. Also, Tom will be receiving 4 ping pong balls.
Yes, he will. Yeah.
So, right after Tom, another Eastern Division team,
Ooh.
Brian.
Wow. I didn't expect that one.
What a fall for the champ. Just
Not a good year.
I mean, we've all been there, right? Everyone's had rough seasons. You came off one last year
Yeah.
too, but you bounced back.
Bounced
So we'll
back.
see how Brian can bounce back next year.
The first season I had that wasn't rough.
Well,
Another collapse here. Number 10.
11. No, 10.
we'll be on touch.
We're on 10.
Yeah, we're on 10.
Keep up, bro. We do this for a living here. Jose.
Ooh.
Jose's team just collapsing down.
Wow.
Opening the doors for me to make the playoffs. Disappointing, gotta say. Number 9, the Brock football team.
Wait,
Guy had a
what?
chance to make the playoffs last week.
He had a chance. We've been saying that all year long. Had a chance, great team, but came up just short. 6-7
Oh,
record.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'm missing someone on my list. Where did you put Tommy?
He didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. We'll get there.
We've passed 10.
Number 8. Number 8. Despite the scoring title, the Radskins.
Wow, really? Man, these are some
Dude.
biased ass
The
opinions.
commissioner is just bodying
Number
people.
7.
Christ.
I gotta go with our guest, C Block's biggest loser.
7?
Okay.
Snuck into the playoffs here. Well, actually, he earned his playoff spot, but he didn't get the bye. A little disappointing final week. Drops him down to 7.
Wow, really?
Number 6, he's been on the tear. Officially made the playoffs for the 4th straight time. Both sides of the bun.
Bust Joe coming in at number 6.
Yeah. Number 5, his opponent this week, so expect these to be flopped by end of season completely. Alexander's
Great.
okays. Coming in after him, we got the Purple Cobras.
Alright.
So
4?
top 5 again.
Well, you
Congrats.
moved Alex out of the 4 spot.
Yeah, whatever. Then number 3, coming in, we have B Block's finest, the mathematician himself.
Oh no.
Number 2,
I think I know
congrats
what's
on the great
happening.
season, Solanic Sanitation. Number 1, son of a bitch, you did it. We have
What
the
the hell?
Polska, whatever he goes his name, little bald bandit himself, Tommy, stealing Jose's heart, granting me the playoff opportunity. Tommy, I will not let you down, buddy. We're going all the way.
This is Tommy's chance to win a championship. Well,
Didn't you do that last year with Brian?
we'd like to thank the committee for them wonderful power rankings. We're gonna
Quickly
move on.
objective.
We're going to move on from there. Do we have any other news before we dive into the playoffs? We do have the game on in case you catch our eyes. Looking
I got
over.
the Rams
Um,
Patriots going.
As we're recording the show, playoff games are underway. But we're going to dive into it. We're going to start with the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Oh my God.
Akers is out.
Akers is running down the field.
It's a shame that he's not in the playoffs.
Globo Gym Purple Cobras going up against C Block's biggest loser. This, as we mentioned, C Block's biggest loser's first time in the playoffs. Globo Gym, seasoned vet, been here before. 3-2 in the playoffs with the championship under their belt. A couple appearances. So based off history, we have a little bit of a lopsided match, you'd say. But we don't base this off history. This is off the here and now. So we're going to break the games down. We're going to start with the quarterback position. Diving into the matchups and everything. Which quarterback do you like this week? I believe it's Deshaun Watson going up against Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they both have semi-decent, tough matchups that you wouldn't really think of. I think Chicago and the Giants have been defensively pretty stout all year. I'm gonna go with.
Remember, this is the team that passed on. This is a little bit of a revenge game
For Deshaun, it is. It's an easy Deshaun pick for me if it wasn't for Chicago's offense. They like to run the ball. Their games usually end quick. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm concerned about. I'll still go.
Yeah, this isn't the week where Deshaun's going to be picking up them garbage where they're down 7.
Exactly. And also, Kyler Murray, it's kind of a bounce back week for him. He's had some back-to-back. He's beat up.
Pretty bad.
He's had some back-to-back bad weeks.
It's like 7.9 and 16.7.
I will go Deshaun. I think if Kyler can sneak through for Charlie and get to the next round, he has us, the Eagles. That's
looking ahead to the schedule. Yeah,
But I'll go Deshaun this week.
Unbiased opinion. Which matchup do you think's better this week?
For quarterbacks, probably Deshaun.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah. The Giants seem to be on a little bit of a tear here, especially defensively. I would have to say the same thing. I would say Deshaun would be my pick between the two this week. Right now it says I have J.K. Dobbinson. I'm probably out of the two. I think I'm going to go with McKissick. So we'll do James Robinson. Actually, we'll do Mike Davis, who in RB1. So James Robinson going up against Mike Davis. Mike Davis playing against Denver. Robinson playing against the Titans. Who do you like?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what Swift plays. Is he he's good, right?
Yeah, he had a good practice. Or his best practice since.
Wait, are you doing just
No,
Robinson?
Davis versus Robinson.
Oh, just straight up.
Yeah. RB1 versus RB1.
Sorry. I'll take Robinson.
Robinson, going up against the Titans.
He's a beast, Robinson. Nominee for pickup of the year, I imagine.
Yes, absolutely. He'll be on there. Unfortunately, I was hit with some bad news this week. Christian McCaffrey seems like he'll miss another game, so Mike Davis again in the lineup. But I'm going to have to go with Robinson, too. It looks like he's going to have a better matchup. RB2. Like I said, right now it says I have Dobbinson. I'm actually going to switch that. That'll probably be McKissick by the end of the week. So you would have McKissick going up against San Fran, or Swift going up against Green Bay coming off an injury.
Yeah, Swift's injury concerns me. It was just a concussion, right? And then all of a sudden
It was a concussion, and then he got a non-COVID illness.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I'll go McKissick just with Alex Smith at the helm. He targets the running back a lot. And without Gibson there, you might see some work in the run game. Peyton Barber was taking over a little bit of that.
He's just a target machine. Yeah, especially Alex Smith. He just gets targeted.
Yeah, I agree.
So out of the two, who's McKissick?
Good. I like Swift's matchup better, but coming off of injury, probably McKissick.
And just with the way the backfield's been looking, I think you mentioned earlier, Adrian Peterson back weeks, 2 touchdowns.
They're probably going to ease him
It's
back
going to
in,
start,
but-
they're probably going to incorporate everybody, and it might, just for this week maybe, it might be one of them, running back by committee. Yes, wildly enough, I'm going to have to agree. Third player in a row, we're all going to agree on. I'm going to say McKissick would be the matchup there. For wide receiver 1, Charlie has the connection, the Murray Hopkins connection. So we're going to look at DeAndre Hopkins going against the Giants and Chris Godwin going against Minnesota.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, it's a very good matchup for Godwin.
So you got Bradbury, I assume, is going to be shadowing Hopkins, I imagine.
Think so, yeah.
I'm going to go. God, there's so many mouths to feed there in Tampa Bay now.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah. And then with Godwin's beat up.
Well, Mike Evans didn't practice that.
Oh, really?
That's a good sign.
Yeah. You know what? I'll still go. I think that's going to be a shootout. So I'm going to go Godwin. It actually led to the reason on why I didn't want to end up starting Tampa Bay's defense.
Choice between them two? Hopkins? Your boy? So we'll say that was an unbiased.
That team just scares me right now. Cardinals, they're like,
Yeah,
they can't buy a win.
just like
Hopkins will still get his touches.
Just like we talked about with Mary, Giants are playing really well right now, especially defensively. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Godwin on that one. Wide receiver 2, Tyler Lockett going up against the New York Jets. Ooh, that's a good matchup. And Justin Jefferson up against Tampa Bay. Who you liking the wide receiver 2 spot?
Yeah, I'll try to take consistency over the hot play. So I'll take Jefferson. He's been more consistent than Lockett this year.
Absolutely.
Lockett has blow-up games, but he's got a 45-point game and a 33-point game,
Which adds to
kinda carrying him.
I mean, he has wide receivers 9.
9, yeah.
With games like that, you would think would be even higher.
5 of his last 6 games are under 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Pick one up.
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Number 4 fantasy wide receiver right now. He gets
Having a
4
fantastic year.
touchdowns.
I'll tell you what, he would look. He would look really good in midnight green. It's very unfortunate. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you
I
guys.
don't know if the stats would look really good in Midnight Green.
I'm gonna have to agree with you guys on that one. Jefferson, I do like him. Tight end position. This is the spot that kind of hurts Charlie here, I would say.
It's an Ebron.
Schultz
Really bad.
for the Cowboys going up against the Bengals, which isn't the best defense in the world. And Mark Andrews going up against Cleveland Monday night. Thoughts on this tight end matchup?
Yeah, we'll stick with the type 1 diabetic coming off of the COVID illness here.
Andrews, yeah.
He was on a little bit of a roll before he went off. It was kind of sad to see him miss a game.
Yeah, he was.
I think he had like a touchdown game. He had like 9 catches in one game. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. He had middle of the season was kind of a down for him, but he has picked it up recently.
7 catches. Sorry.
Like I said, this is the spot that kind of kills you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Andrews got a better week.
I thought you made the move. I thought that was a good pickup with Ertz. It just doesn't seem like he's going to develop in anything. I shouldn't say develop in anything, but look like he's going to be worth anything the rest of the year.
I can expect Schultz to get his 4 to 6 targets each week. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can get high end 9 points out of him, that puts you on track to win, I would say. Flex spot. I know this can change. Right now you have Parker in there. I have Higgins. I've been deciding between Higgins and Boyd, obviously on the same team. So just for well, you know what? Yeah, just for the sake of this, we'll go with Boyd. We'll say I'm starting Boyd. Boyd against Dallas.
Either one I take over Parker, I think.
Yeah.
My other option would be DJ Moore.
The other thing,
if he plays.
The thing with Parker though, it's Kansas City. So the one thing with Kansas City is that
You gotta put up points.
we know that you have to put up points. Yes.
Problem is,
Tua. Yeah.
does not
Can
seem
they
to
put
like
up points? Yeah.
Parker.
He likes Parker in the red zone.
Like
A lot.
I've seen a lot of people
With-
have been clamoring for Fitz.
with
Like
Fitz,
Parker
yeah,
owners have
yeah.
been like, dude, we need to get
with
Fitz. in
I mean
there.
with Fitz in, I think he had back-to-back wide receiver 1 week. He had 6 for 61 and a touchdown, and 8 for 119. 2 weeks with Fitz.
Yeah.
And then Tua came back. He's 4 for 35. So they just don't move the ball as well with Tua.
He does have other options. I mean, right now, I guess projection-wise, that would probably be his best option. But yeah, I do agree. It might be a hard matchup with Tua in there. But out of them, you said the wide receiver for the Bengals.
I would go, Bengals.
Say
receiver.
Boyd?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if Bengals receiver.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Also,
matter.
Dallas' defense sucks.
Dallas
Exactly.
sucks,
Yeah. But the problem with this, if I'm going to start one of them, is you don't want to start the wrong one. So that could be the difference of winning and losing this playoff game. Moving on to the defenses, I picked up Carolina this week, going up against Denver. Drew Lock is like a 2-interception a game machine.
Yeah.
And Charlie's been riding the Steelers for a while, going up against Buffalo, which is kind of a hit or miss matchup. They can be on fire sometimes. Thoughts on the defenses?
Yeah, I don't care. Like, Pittsburgh could be playing Kansas City. It's kind of tough to go against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, really.
They're defensive player of the year. Just give TJ Watt that award now. He's a monster.
Steelers, Panthers?
Steelers. But I think Carolina's bound to get like 2 interceptions.
Yeah, I
least.
I had two waiver claims in this week. I had the Panthers and the Washington football team. Obviously, the Panthers were higher on my list, and they were the ones that I got. I really do think they're going to have a solid week this week.
Steelers get Cincinnati if you can make it through. Charlie has some matchups if he can make it through this week.
That's why I wanted to get Steve this week because I thought Steve would be an easier win this week. But then I'm like, dude, if it's Charlie week 15, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah, some matchups there.
And then the kickers. Charlie's favorite, Justin Tucker. And I would say the kicker of the year right now.
Oh my God,
Easy
is he?
kicker of the
Young
year.
Ho.
He'll be the player of the year. Put him up for MVP.
Yeah, he might be the MVP of my team.
You know, it's crazy because
And I think Tucker just missed his first.
Yeah,
Inside
it was
40,
wide left,
yeah.
70.
I think it was like a 37. There was 37 yards.
He made it, and then I think there was a flag or something. Someone called a timeout, and then he missed the next one. Kicker matchup?
Koo.
Yeah,
I'd
Young
take
Ho.
Koo over any kicker right now. He's on fire.
You are. That's
Man.
And I'd have to say Koo myself on that one.
So we were just talking about who was it? 5 of the last 6 games he didn't score over 10. Was it Lockett? Koo in 7 of his last 8 games. Ready? 11-17, 2, 12-11, 11-20, 11. That's Koo's last 8 games.
Plays in a dome. They got a good offense that sucks in the red zone.
Yeah.
Perfect
If
storm.
only they had a 6-foot-something freak of an athlete they can target in the red zone.
If only.
All right, that's the East playoff wild card matchup there. Thoughts on the game? Who do you think? The way it plays out. I mean, like I said, I got Andrews on Monday night. Will it come down to Monday night? Will we be looking at maybe
Hopefully. I kind of hope both of these games
maybe
are close.
8-12 from Andrews or something like that? I mean, are you looking at the matchup? You think close game? I lost a lot there. With
A part of me,
McCaffrey.
so I would choose. I think I would favor your. God, your running backs stink.
I know.
Kudos to you for being here.
Even with CMC, like what the hell? What can you expect from him now?
You know, I'd lean Charlie, and I'm kind of excited to see Charlie win because I want to see his matchups next week to see what he can do.
Sorry.
But, no, I'm going to be peeking over there too. But yeah, I'll lean Charlie.
All right. Prediction for the game.
First playoff game, first playoff win.
All right. You're not giving me the Tom treatment. You're not just happy to be here. You actually want to win this game.
It's a win. It's gonna be the first time that somebody beats another team 3 times in one season.
No, that happened plenty of times.
Yeah.
Brad said that last year, and we've kind of had it stuck. I'm of course gonna go with myself. I don't think there's any way I lose this game. Across the board, I have fantastic matchups. Even with losing CMC, Mike Davis going in, that's a good matchup for running back. Yeah, and I expect to put up anywhere between 110 and 120 points this week with a win. Hopefully Charlie has a bad week, so I don't have to worry about nothing. But we're going to move on.
America?
Oh, yeah, right. I'm sorry. America.
Sorry, I'm watching the Rams feed acres.
Charlie versus...
Charlie versus Jake. Char. By 10.
Charlie by 10? Write that down. Calling that?
Lock of the week?
Lock it up.
Fuck you and your lock of the week. The West, the Magic Man over here. What we talked about, Joe getting into the playoffs last week of the season, going up against Alexander's Greats. What a quarterback matchup to start this one off with. For both sides of the ball, Lamar Jackson going up against Cleveland on Monday night. And for Alexander's Greats, Patty Mahomes at Miami, 1 o'clock on Sunday. Who do we like in this one? Joe?
I didn't know if we were going to start with
No, I'm starting with you.
I wish I took Mahomes in the 3rd round. I can't. I'll be realistic. I can't bet against Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the league by far.
Yes.
I think it's going to be Mahomes, but Jackson did cook Cleveland week 1.
Are
Could
we
see a
expecting?
repeat
Are we
performance.
expecting at least a good game from Jackson? Yeah, nice
I'll
bounce
say,
back
if
last week. A
Cleveland-
bad defense, very bad defense.
If Cleveland keeps putting up points the way they did in like these previous games, Jackson's gonna have to
Yeah.
do Jackson things. So, yeah, hope for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mahomes simply because he's the best player in football.
My goal there is just to have if Jackson can put up a good 22, 25, and even if Mahomes
Gives you a
gets like a
chance.
28 crazy Mahomes game, like at least he's right there.
Yeah, there is not Robert Woods. All right, Chris Carson, who we expect to play, going up against the Jets, which is obviously a very good matchup, and Mostert going up against Washington, which is not a good matchup.
And news came out today that Mostert's ankle injury, his ankle sprain, has never been. He's not feeling great
Yeah.
on it. He said every time he runs, he feels like a sting. I mean, I think he had under 10 rushes last week. He had 9 rushes. So
Yeah. Who you liking that matchup?
I-
Carson is
I
injured.
love Carson.
Yeah.
If Carson's injury didn't come about, it kind of sucks to see. He was easy a top 5 running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him personally ranked lower, but
Football
when he
player.
plays, he does well.
Carson.
Yeah.
Big one.
Akers looking like a top 5 running back right now.
Yeah, on Jose's
Too little, too late, Jose.
Right now you have Drake in over Hunt. Or you got Hunt in the flex spot.
Yeah.
All right. So Kenyon Drake going up against the Giants, a matchup we've talked about. Ronald Jones going up against Minnesota, another matchup we talked about. Both good matchups, I would say. Well, I'm sorry, Drake not so good of a matchup. Jones with a pretty solid matchup.
Yeah, I'd say if anything, I mean, try to run on the Giants. I think their secondary is pretty good. They've been giving Drake the ball a lot.
Yeah, since he's come back, yeah, he's been
He-
receiving the ball a lot.
Also yeah, that's what it was. I think he's had more than 2 catches, I think, in the last 3 games, which was a little bit of a problem in the beginning of the year. So he's starting to come on. I'm gonna not biased. I honestly will go Drake.
Drake, yeah. Char?
I'm actually going to take Rojo. Kenyon Drake picked up a hip injury in practice this week. Should be worth monitoring. I don't think it'll really be an issue, but I think coming off a bye, Tampa Bay is probably going to get Rojo more involved again. So,
Yeah, I'm thinking with what we talked about earlier, I think Mary's still dealing with that injury. So I think this would be a good game if you're going to do anything on the ball. And yeah, I expect Drake to.
I'll say
to
if
have a
Drake's,
better
I don't
game.
think Drake's injury was anything. I think it's just one of those like Thursday. But if he does, I do have Edmonds. So you would just split up Drake for Edmonds. I just put him in there.
Wide receiver ones, Cooper Kupp or Cooper Kupp going up against New England, or Devontae Adams going up against.
Well, I'd say Thomas is probably my wide receiver 1. I just don't have them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. So Michael Thomas going up against Devontae Adams. Thomas has the Eagles, which is a fantastic matchup, and Devontae Adams has Detroit. And Devontae Adams might be playing as the best fantasy player in football right now.
The dude's projected 21 points.
Yeah, which is insane.
the craziest thing, he's not even
Good
wide receiver
God.
1.
Who is?
Well, he missed a bunch. He missed
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch
it's
of games.
Tyreek's.
He's wide receiver 1 on average points per
Yeah.
game.
I'll say he has to.
Yeah.
Who you liking that matchup? That's a tough matchup because I know Thomas hasn't been playing as well.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Jesus Christ! Like, why do I have to play this guy 3 times a year?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Devontae.
The worst part about this,
It's a
and not to
fantastic
keep bringing this
matchup.
up, he should be on my team. The trade offers were either Justin Tucker and Justin Jefferson for Michael Thomas and whoever. What's the kicker you gave me? Harrison Butker. Or the other trade offer that Alex presented to me was Justin Jefferson and Kenyon Drake for Devontae Adams. I took Michael Thomas. I mean, I'm in the playoffs, so like I get it, but it would
It
suck
all
to
worked
see.
out. You're
It
here.
would suck to see Devontae Adams kill me in the playoffs.
Cooper Kupp going up against New England Thursday night tonight. Robbie Anderson going up against Denver.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp
Both
is
pretty good matchups.
Cooper Kupp. We have it on live, so we're kind of cheating a bit, but they are
Got to be up to.
they're running the ball a lot, and usually when the Rams run the ball a lot, it's not a great sign for anybody.
I got Kupp in my other league.
Yeah, so hopefully New England can start scoring some points to keep up with them. But
As far as this matchup goes.
going into the week, I would go Cooper Kupp, so I won't cheat by seeing what they're doing now.
Char?
It's kind of hard for me to be biased considering the game is right there.
I love the I have him in my league, and I love the Cup matchup this week. I thought he was going to have a fantastic week. Sorry, I mean, it's
I'm still going to take Cooper Kupp.
The good thing with Kupp is usually even I'll say that not on wood, but like even when he has a bad game, he usually gets you at least a handful of receptions. So five, 6 receptions.
tight end spot. T.J. Hawkinson going up against the Packers. Hunter Henry going up against Atlanta. Who you liking the tight end spot?
T.J. Hawkinson. He's been my shining star all year. I think he's what, tight end 3?
Tight end 3.
Tight end 3. Yeah, he's had back-to-back double-digit points. So they've been targeted him more and more every week.
It's, two pretty good matchups, I would say, right? Green Bay is very susceptible to the passes, along with Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta's had problems with the pass for the
I think
past 10
Green
years.
Bay's susceptible to the tight end because they have Jair Alexander is a monster.
Yes. Very. Tight end matchup?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the third-ranked tight end there. It's going to be a close matchup, this one. Right now, is Hunt the starter? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, right now. I
Can
mean,
you presume that?
we pick up players to play them, right? Not to have them sit on our bench for a week, and
The point.
so especially in playoffs. But so Hilton is consideration.
All right, so we'll go with Hunt. Kareem Hunt, Monday night, going up against Baltimore. Michael Gallup at Cincinnati. Very good matchup for the Hawks. Who you like in that flex spot?
Hunt's matchup stinks, but I think it actually might benefit Hunt. Like Baltimore, Chubb, I might say, has a little bit of a downgrade more than Hunt would.
Yeah.
But Hunt's been a little inconsistent lately too. They haven't been giving him the ball as much in the second half. So I'll still go Hunt, but you see Hunt versus Gallup, you would automatically think Hunt. But
Yeah.
I think it's the margin is.
I think the Gallup matchup's really well against Cincinnati. I'm actually going to take Gallup today.
Like Joe said, I would think just looking at it, I think you would have to go Kareem Hunt on that one. Defenses, Washington going up against San Fran. That was a good pickup. That was the other bid I put in. Green Bay going up against Detroit, which is Detroit's offense not looking too hot. Who you like in the defensive matchup?
Team giving up the most sacks in the league versus the team that gets a lot of sacks. I'll take Washington.
Redskins?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I actually like the Washington football team.
You like the Redskins? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Redskins as well. And our last spot here. Sanders going up against KC. I don't know why I'm giving the kicker matchup. Sanders or Carlson? Who do you like better?
Well, if Koo isn't the kicker of the year, which he obviously is,
Sanders.
right behind them, Sanders. Yeah, it might be my pickup of the year so far.
Right behind him, Stanford Carlson.
Yeah, I was gonna say Carlson's
Is he
having
3?
a great
He
year
is.
too.
He's just really consistent.
Yeah,
So
he's
push.
mark him
1,
down
2, and
for
3 all made the playoffs. Who you like in the kicking matchup?
Sanders.
Kicker lives matter.
So the most important question.
I gotta get one right.
Who wins the game?
I have to win.
You win?
I don't feel great about me putting up a lot of points.
0-3 in the playoffs right now for the commissioner.
Yeah.
This is the 4th year in a row he's made the playoffs. Looking for that first win.
I'll say I don't feel great about putting up a lot of points this week. Like I feel like my team is built for like a good. We'll never score less than 90, but we're not going to blow the doors off at 140.
So you're hoping for a down week for
So
Al.
I'm hoping for like a 98, 95-ish. I think we're going to be close, honestly.
So we're setting up for a Western Finals between you and Atlantic Sanitation. That's what you're telling me?
I hope so. I'm going to say yes.
Who you like in the West?
I think this game's going to be extremely close. I am actually going to go Alex, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go Sam. I don't think Alex is going to win this one.
Love it. I love the 0% chance.
The quarterback.
Hungry dogs.
The quarterback matchup, I think, is what's going to make or break this game here. America, who are you facing in the West Finals?
The commissioner.
Oh,
damn it. Vote Alex.
You're fueling the fire on either side, no matter what you said. So someone just got a fire lit under their ass. So I know when Alex sees this,
Well, Mike hasn't picked Alex all year.
it's not going to be too bad.
Why start now? I don't think I'll pick him next week either. He does win. So.
I'm gonna beat his ass next week if he does win.
Well, that's it for our wild card show. It's been a fun kickoff to the playoffs. I can't believe we're actually in the playoffs. I'm ready to go. I'm expecting to win this week. I'm expecting to get to the East Finals. Face who won the East?
Steve.
Steve. I'm expecting to beat Steve the following week after that. So good luck to my opponent. Any last words you want to say? This is going to be it for the season.
Try by 10.
Yeah, right. Commish, we'll be back next week. Anything you want to say? Good luck to everybody, and everybody is pretty much sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. So tune in next week, and we will have
Get well, Alex.
our division finals round coming up.